right. Hello, everyone, and happy Friday. Can you all believe that it is another week in 2025? This month of January has really been a busy month. I think I can say that comfortably for everyone that this has been a busy month. This has been a rapid fire start to a new year, but nonetheless, we are here. We are back better than ever, and we are doing what we came to do. So, with that being said, I want to welcome you. My name is Nzali. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, thank you for joining me. For those who are watching on Instagram, welcome and thank you for coming on back. So, this is the third week that we're doing this weekly live talking about nothing other than SheWorks Digital Africa. Yay! So, if you are new to this space, I would love to know where you are watching from. So in the chat right now, or if you're on the replay, you can go ahead and type in what city, state, country that you are watching or participating from. I would love to know how many eyes around the globe I have and how many people are interested in what we are discussing and sharing on these Facebook, or not Facebook, YouTube and Instagram lives. All right. So thank you again for joining. If you haven't already, if you're on YouTube, like this video, share this video. Always make sure that you subscribe. Okay. Let YouTube know that you're interested. And if you're on Instagram, go ahead and follow the page, share the live with all of your family and friends, all of your business friends, your investor friends, people who are interested in expanding and growing and developing themselves as well as their businesses. All right. So I know you all came in today because you saw the theme, and the theme that we were looking at for this week, something that has really sat on my heart for a while, especially when I first started doing virtual assistant work, and then also when I was looking to hire my own virtual assistant. And that part is building trust. Yes. A lot of the times we talk about the back and forth of it all, like, how do you know you need a VA? How do you know if your business is ready to scale? All of that kind of stuff. But a big part of this is, how do you build trust once you've determined that, okay, I need a virtual assistant. I have onboarded my virtual assistant, right? So now I'm coming up with a lot of my triggers are being tapped on, right? Because I have this new person that I'm working with. This isn't a traditional or orthodox way of doing work within a company. So now I'm getting triggered by things. So how do I build this trust? And so what I want to tell you today, to make this more relatable, to make it something that you can easily digest, I want you to think about hiring your virtual assistant as dating. So, when you're dating, you have that time where you are meeting people, right? You're meeting a lot of different people. You're going to events, you're going to clubs, you're working and you're meeting people in your working environment. You're open, right? You're open and you're meeting people. So after you've met a number of people, then you get to the point where you're ready to go on a few dates, right? Maybe you go to Red Lobster. Maybe you go to PF Chang's. Maybe you go to Nando's. Maybe you go for a movie date. If you're an adventure person, maybe you go hiking. Whatever it is, you're now going on a date with a few people that you felt most drawn to. So after you've gone on a few dates, you start to dwindle down your selection of people, and you're like, okay, I want to commit to this particular person, right? I want to actually get to develop more of a more intimate relationship with this particular person. And then all of a sudden, once you have really signed your name and said, okay, yes, this is what I want to do, then all the things start to come, right? All of the fears, all of the triggers, all of the, she said she was like this, but I'm starting to see this. Or he said he was like this, and that's not matching with what he told me the first time. So it all becomes even more scary because you've actually made a commitment to developing, growing, moving through this thing together. And that is a very scary thing. We have to admit it. There's a level of fear that comes with saying, okay, I'm with this person, I'm locked in, let's see how it goes. Because to be truthful, none of us want our relationships to go bad, whether that be friendship, business, romantic. We don't enter it thinking that this is going to go bad. This is going to be traumatic for me. This is going to be something that I regret. None of us want that. So once we start making those commitments, one of the things that we always start to do is figure out how we can protect ourselves, because we don't want it to go bad, but we're all humans prone to human flaws. So at some point, things may not go exactly how we foresee or foresaw it to go. So we want to make sure we put up a little bit of protections to make this thing that feels really scary less scary. And that's what you do when you're actually hiring on a virtual assistant. So when you're meeting people, right? You're meeting different VAs. Maybe you're watching a YouTube video or Instagram live of a virtual assistant agency like SheWorks Digital Africa, just to see what's out there, right? You've gone on a few dates. Maybe you've had discovery calls with a few virtual assistants just to see what that feels like for you. You've had those discovery calls and you're like, okay, I think I really am feeling this particular virtual assistant. So let me make a commitment with her or him. Let me sign on the dotted line for a month and bring them on and see how it goes. And now things have become scary. So what are your protections? How do you protect yourself when you're in the space and you're trying to build trust with your virtual assistant? So the very first thing that I want you to think about when you're trying to build trust and you're onboarding a new virtual assistant is you have to have a mindset shift. Okay, I believe firmly that all things start in the mind and then we work the rest of it out, right? So you have to have a mindset shift, just like when you're dating, to say, I'm ready. I'm open to the experience. Because let's say if you were dating and you weren't really open to the experience, you would consistently keep meeting bad matches because every little thing that they do, ooh, 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 I don't like it. I don't like it. Red flag, red flag, red flag, block, block, block. You're going to block everything. So the first thing that you have to do is have a willing mind, open heart, and be willing to experience the process of actually having some assistance in your business that is a virtual assistant. You have to be open. So you got to move your mind into the space of, I want to see what having an employee in this fashion is going to bring me. So be open. The second thing that I would say when we're trying to protect ourselves during this very scary time, right, is that, of course, you always want to have boundaries. In any healthy relationship, there are going to be boundaries because we have to teach people how to treat us, right? Same thing in business. You have to teach the people that work for you how to treat you, how to interact with you, how to interact with your business, all of those things. The same way they also have to teach you as a superior how to interact with them. So when I say you're setting up your boundaries, right? Some people may not feel comfortable just handing over, their baby, their business. You don't want to share passwords. You don't want people going through your emails. You don't want people seeing your financial report. You don't want, your virtual assistant to really have access to do the things that you really need them to do. So one of the ways in this space of having a virtual assistant that we create boundaries when we're not that comfortable is to go ahead and have what we call a password sharing software. So one that I use is called LastPass. With LastPass, you can share passwords with your virtual assistant where they can't actually see the password. So they can't change the password. They can't see what it is. It just automatically comes up once they have accepted the share. That way, if at any point you need to shut down access, you can. You just remove the access and they're no longer able to access your files. Okay. that's one way. Another way that you can protect yourself and having boundaries with your virtual assistant is number one, deciding how much you want to disclose or share to their viewing site. So if you've hired on a virtual assistant to, let's say, do your bookings for your schedule, you don't have to allow them access to your Google Calendar. You could allow them access to just your Calendly. And your Calendly is automatically attached to your Google Calendar, but only you have access to that. They have access to Calendly. You have access to your Google because you don't want them to be able to go through your emails and all of that type of stuff, right? Let's say you want to have your virtual assistant do some email management for you. You want her or him to have some responses to certain emails. You could set up a process where you share the email with them in a folder, right? Or a tagging system, and then they can create automated responses for certain types of tasks, and they share that with you. They could set up something called mini chat, right? Where you can actually use artificial intelligence to help kind of set up some responses, and they will be responsible for managing that system while still not having full access to your email account. So because we live in the age of technology, there's so many different ways that you can actually set those boundaries to where you can receive the help that you need, but you can still maintain a level of privacy that feels comfortable for you in your business. All right. So another way, the third way that you can build up protections around you when you have a virtual assistant is you want to actually train your virtual assistants on your processes. Okay. So I am a firm believer in SOPs. I believe that people need to have order and organization within their business, and there should be a calculated way, a systematic way that things get done. And if it is done that way every single time, it doesn't matter who's in the seat, they know exactly what they need to do. So I would say have a process, have an SOP for communication, have an SOP for the particular types of tasks that you want the virtual assistant to complete. And it could be as simple as you do a Loom video showing them the process of how to do your email marketing campaigns. Once you've shown them, then you can release it to them with confidence because they've learned it from you. They've also have a video reference to refer back to if and when they need to. If you're at a point where you don't really have those, then maybe that's a task that you hand over to your virtual assistant. How best do I set up this process for getting this task done? But nonetheless, you do want to take some time to let them know how things work in your business so that there's no room for misinterpretation or confusion later. Right. The fourth thing that we have here for how to protect yourself and build that trust with your VA while you have one is be clear about what areas you want them to assist you in. If one day you have them responding to emails, the next day you have them doing invoices, the next day you have them creating marketing materials, the next day you have them doing lead generation, the next day, that's a lot for anybody, including yourself, which is why you needed a virtual assistant. I have found that when you are protecting yourself, giving your virtual assistant very clear areas that you want them to focus on is going to make you feel more comfortable because you know they're only having access to this part of my business. So if anything goes wrong in this space, I know who to look to, right? But on this side, I know who to look to. But when you have someone with their hands in all the different pots, it becomes confusion and confusing when you have to course correct, right? So be very clear about what area you want them to support you in. Have a process that is set in stone for that to take place, and then release it over to them. And then the very last one, and I think the most important way that you can build trust around your VA is making sure you hire the right VA from the beginning. And that's what SheWorks Digital Africa is here to help you do. We are here to help you find great talent for the right price that can help you build or scale your business. So if you are interested in learning more about how you can find a VA, Go ahead and book a discovery call with us. If you're on Instagram, the link is in the bio. If you're on YouTube, the website is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, www.sheworksdigitalafrica.com. Go ahead and schedule time to talk with us. Let us know what needs your business has. Let us know where the gaps that you want to try to fill in, and then let us help bring good talent to you. So there are three main things that we focus on. We bring the talent to you, so you don't have to do that first part of dating where you're meeting everyone, right? You're going here and there, meeting all these people. That part of the dating process, we take it away from you. We are like a matchmaking service, right? We're going to bring you the qualified people to you. Then you're going to make your selection, right? And you're not only just making a selection, but you're just kind of reviewing the details about that person. Review, okay, I think this matches. I've talked to the company. They know what I'm looking for. Let me go ahead and go along with this person. That's what we do. We help you have to take out the whole first step of dating and just trekking through the tundra. That's what I like to call it. Trekking through the tundra of online VA sites. We go ahead and take that away from you so you don't have to worry about that. All you have to worry about is focusing on, is this person qualified enough for me? We're going to bring you some quality people anyway. Another thing that we help you do when it comes to that commitment piece is the training. So let's say you are using the platform, I don't know, QuickBooks, right? We're going to make sure that whatever softwares that you have required of your VA, if they don't have that skill, but there's some other key areas that they're really, really good at, we'll go ahead and do that training for you so that you don't have to worry about it. So let's say they don't know how to use Keep, right? Or they don't know how to use Postly, or they don't know how to use HoneyBook. We'll internally do the training so we can take that part off of your list of things to do as a business owner so that you have a ready-made virtual assistant. Our VAs do constant upskilling trainings that is free to them. It's also free to you, the client, so that we can make sure that we're bringing you the best quality possible. So again, I know some of you have been going through, maybe you have been traumatized by previous experiences with trying to hire on a virtual assistant, but no worries. Let SheWorks Digital Africa assist you in this process and making sure that you find the right person to handle the right things for you at the right price. I do see a question coming in from YouTube, and it says, is the discovery call free? Yes, this is a free 15-minute call that we set up with you to get more context about your business, where you're going, and what you're looking for. All right. Are there any questions on Instagram? Let me just take a quick look. I don't think I have any there, but if you're watching the replay, no worries. You can still drop your questions in the comments and our team will get back to you. Again, thank y'all for joining me on this Friday weekly live. We are here every Friday on YouTube. The YouTube channel is Nzali Takes Africa. You can always find us here. And if you are on Facebook or Instagram, you can find me on Instagram at SWD Africa. On Facebook, SheWorks Digital Africa. Always make sure that you like the videos, share the videos. And if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. If you're on Instagram, follow the page. And again, if you are ready to go ahead and hire on a virtual assistant and you want some assistance, go ahead and go to SheWorksDigitalAfrica.com, book your free discovery call, and we will get you started today. All righty. Until next week, next Friday, I want you all to have a good day, good weekend, good rest of your week. And I look forward to talking to some of you next week because I have full faith that you are definitely going to need that virtual assistant and you're going to want to have someone that you can trust. All right. So until the next time, have a good one, and I will see you all later. Take care.